Hey, everybody. That was a mistake, huh? Welcome to Tavern Talk. Brother Dan, you're muted. Oh, my God. I wish we could invert time.
Hey, buddy.
We miss Rob already.
It's okay. It's okay. Hi, Ryan.
All right. Well, Jennifer's already laughing at us.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Yeah, and we are total amateurs. Thank you, Joe Perry. That's why we are on Patreon and not signed by a major label. All right, well, let's just get at it, Dan.
Let's do it.
I'm going to open the tavern door.
I heard it.
And...
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Whew.
Here we go.
All right, super fun, super fun. Dan, you know what, Brother Dan? Do you realize that, this is live, but have you ever thought that there are people watching this on the YouTubes at any moment in the future?
I love them and I miss them right now. But yeah, sometimes there are people that just can't make it right away. So talk to them, Ryan.
Yeah, so it could be 30 years in the future after we all have neural links with our phones and images are projected in 10K into our retinas from within our own brains.
It's good to see you guys.
A non-denominational, quasi-gendered, partially cyborg person will watch this and say unto themselves, what the fuck is happening?
Nice.
And I say that is a perfectly legitimate concern and welcome from the future. And let me tell you what we are doing. This is a Wheel of Time-based spoiler discussion show called Tavern Talk. And if you have not read the series, please understand that we are going to spoil the shit out of you, and I hope you the best. Please come back to our show that's happening on Thursdays, where we are doing a first-time reader show, and we are in the middle of the second book. But Brother Dan and I had read this book a long time ago, and we are on our first reread, and Tavern Talk is a chance for us to meet up with some experts from the community and talk to them about the books and make sure that we are on the right track. So we will throw theories at them. We will postulate corpuscles posthumously, and they will make sure that we are right or wrong and correct us, and we will debate, and it should be fun. This episode, we will be discussing the great game and asking ourselves just how great we think this all is. We will take a break and come back to have our mid-show little segment called The Way of the Flow with another first-time reader. We will continue the discussion and go on. And at the very, very, very end of everything, we will have our new segment that is sweeping the nation called Thank You Internet, where we will go through some memes and what have yous we found on the internet, and we will discuss and make fun and have fun.
And we also have our time with Floaty. We have a chat with Floaty coming up. We got all kinds of things. And this isn't just Tavern Talk, Ryan. This is Tavern Talk around Riyadh, baby. Get him in here.
Get him special.
Hello.
The way the talk around Riyadh. Long time no see, fellas and ladies.
It's been days.
It's been a while. Gosh,
so hard. It's been so hard to be apart from you all this time.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel the same way, Jen. Jen and Joe from Talk Around Riyadh. We won't have Tom with us, unfortunately. So go ahead and I'm supposed to scold him several times. So let this be one, Tom. You know what? Feed your kids nutritious foods. Make them eat their carrots.
Yeah.
There you go.
I imagine if you give them a lot of turkey and bananas, they have enough tryptophan to fall asleep, and then we could have you on the show.
Hey, now that's thinking.
There's tryptophan in bananas?
So much.
Is there? Why do we eat it in the morning then? Why is it a morning food?
I've wondered this often. I think this is an American phenomenon. Look it up.
We just eat a banana and then want to go to sleep?
What else do we do correctly, bro? What else?
I don't know. It's a good point.
Good point. All right, so we are knee deep in the Great Hunt, and we've just experienced Daes Dae'mar for the first time through Rand's eyes.
Is it Daes Dae'mar or Daes Dae'mar? Huh?
Oh.
Ryan, before we get into that, can we properly welcome our guests?
Well, please. Thank you. Yeah, you my bad.
It's okay. It's all right.
Let me shut up the tavern guests.
Shut up, guys.
Guys, shh.
Guys, I'm talking.
Oh my god.
Clink, 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 clink. Thank you. Wow, it's kind of creepy when it's quiet.
Nope. Don't like it.
I don't like it either. But,
don't like it. The voices like Mosh and Shin are coming in again.
Well, Well, I'm going to Glee Man out for you right now. Guys, part of being our guests, you become our new best friends, and part of that is you must endure a welcome song from Brother Dan. So
You shouldn't have.
I can't.
No, you're right. You're right. He shouldn't have. No, you're right.
I never should. I know. But I keep doing it.
We should never. No truer words were spoken.
Right?
Oh,
I thought
did you
liked
fall
this
down?
segment. No, I just moved my chair.
Oh my god, this is the most endearing segment on the internet, bro. But I like it so much, I must mock it. Just like when I liked my first girl in kindergarten, I made fun of her and punched her in the face. Got kicked out, started just the whole. Go on, Dad.
No, you go.
Nope. We'll talk about the school to prison pipeline later.
All right, so yes, this is Song Around God. Right, I'm feeling overawed, like a college freshman quad, hacky sacking on the side. Excuse me if I'm flying over the world I trod, from Alaska to Riyadh, just to meet our new best friends, the squad from Taco.
Ooh, I feel like I needed like clams and do a little like Spanish dancing there.
Were you looking for a hacky sack, Joe?
I did. I used to have a hacky sack right here. When you mentioned hacky sack, I was going to grab it, but I think it's across the room.
I almost mentioned Cape Cod instead of Riyadh, but Riyadh's funnier. Oops.
I've been to Cape Cod. My dad's been to Riyadh. I don't know.
So there you go.
That was beautiful.
Song around Riyadh.
So thank you, and I'm sorry.
That was a beautiful song.
All right, guys, everyone, resume festivities.
Okay.
Whew. All right, more relaxed. The voices are dimmed. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Ryan. Guys, before we start, can you guys go ahead and just tell the people watching a little bit about your podcast for us and what you guys do?
Sure. So we are Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. We're a podcast that. Oh no, my light's falling. We're a podcast that's
perfect for our
good
show.
Good save.
Yeah.
We're a podcast that focuses on the production of the upcoming Amazon Wheel of Time television show. So we talk about a lot of show news, castings, any kind of leaked set photos, things like that. And plus, we also talk about different book topics, characters, and like relate it back to how we think they're going to adapt it on the show.
Nice. Do you have a favorite actor that is cast right now?
Let me think.
I'm going to go with Rosamund. I know she was the first announced, but when she was, I was like, oh my God, that's Maureen for sure. They like 100% nailed it. So I think with her leading it, I think we're going to be okay.
We had a 1 second little clip with her just opening her eyes, and I said, yep, there's Maureen.
Right?
Jen, what about you? Do you have any particular casting that really tickled you?
I've never seen him act in anything, but I'm really excited to see Barney Harris play Matt. I just feel like from the glimpse of his online presence that we had there for a while, he seemed to embody him, and just we heard him deliver one line in that video of the table read. So, which I thought I just feel like he captured it.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
excited.
right.
I'm excited to see him in the show.
I jumped on early on his SoundCloud, and I was promoting it heavily and really wanted him to follow us on Twitter, and nope. But I swear I got him at least 20 like SoundCloud followers because his music is amazing. And
his music is
It's funny. I had when that whole when he was out on social media like going crazy and everything, and he was posting his music. I went on his SoundCloud and I DM'd him on, I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram, and asked him, I was like, dude, we love your music. We're doing a podcast, blah, blah, blah. I was like, do you mind if we use one of your songs at the end of the episode? And he was like, yeah, no problem. So
what?
I don't remember which episode it was, but yeah, we did at the end of one of our episodes. We played one of his songs.
That's
It
awesome.
sounds like he just set up 4 mics in like a heroin den and pulled like strangers together. He's like, he put instruments in people's hands who's never played them and said, "All right, here's a song," and just made magic. It's the loosest. It's like the loosest, tightest thing ever. Like I don't know. I want to know his process. Is he playing all the instruments by himself? I can't imagine. I think he's with people, but yeah, it's really great.
Yeah. Interesting is what I would use.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you don't fall asleep to it every night like I do in my sleep playlist.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that's a good idea. That would actually. Some of those songs would probably put me to sleep.
Or help you astrally project, which is my goal.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I told you I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan.
You're trying to get into Teleran Riyadh is what you're trying to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Powerful, Ryan. You're powerful.
The powerful.
You are powerful.
All right, so guys, Daes Dae'mar or Daes Dae'less? Please. Like no one's really watching. Tell me your true feelings. Do you think Amazon should really get into this whole thing heavily, or do you think this should be kind of nixed out altogether? What do you think?
I think they should probably take it out just because of the Game of Thrones comparisons. I know it's good. Joe's shaking his head. I know it's good and fun and cool. I like the Barthanes' Manor part. I don't know if that'll be in it, but I really do like it. But I just feel like it's so close to Game of Thrones that it's I don't know. And plus, it probably came first, but
it did come first,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
But, yeah.
We were calling the Barthanes' Manor part Varen's 11.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
So wait, I have a question. So are you talking about taking out Daes Dae'mar from the entire series?
Yes. Yeah. We don't even hear that word ever.
We just see they're weird. They're crafty, and that's it. We just know that they're kind of crafty.
I don't think they're going to take it out. They're definitely not going to call it the Game of Houses because they can't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to either have to call it Daes Dae'mar
the Great, or just don't they call it the Great Game? Also?
Yeah, the Great Game. They mentioned that like once as the Great Game, so they'll either have to call it the Great Game or Daes Dae'mar.
But if there's one great game in this series, it's Stones.
I know
That's
it does.
All right, go on. Sorry.
Well, what about Snakes and Foxes?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a pretty great game.
Yeah, you can't win though.
Great game.
You can if you break the rules.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, so all right, so you think all right? It's, my personal feeling is like I'm hoping they don't even go there at all, and even in the books, I still have a hard time. I'm hoping my soul journey, right? Like my hero's journey is for me to get back into the series and find value in the Great Game, because I remember. I remember being so bored with it and then being so upset that in the very end I didn't see a connection between things that were happening now and the last battle, or let's put up the spoiler warning, blah blah blah. Like I did not see, and maybe you guys could help me. I've asked several people and I feel like their answers are not satisfying. Like how much is what's happening in the Great Game, even early on, affecting the last battle and whether or not Rand is going to win or not?
Well, so that's a good question, because you're right. It's kind of something that takes place, but everybody's using it and playing it throughout the entire series. And, maybe it's not always pointed out, but I mean, in this very book coming up very soon and with the chapters that we're discussing, the Great Game is played and Tom assassinates the king of Cairhien, and it literally sets forth like an avalanche of events that happen that affect the entire series going forward. So Cairhien gets ripped into civil war, right? And then in the in the next book, right, when the girls are traveling downstream towards Tyr, since Cairhien's full of they get attacked by bandits in Cairhien because Kyrie's like torn apart. Then the Aiel come and take over Kyrie.
Because all right. But like in the end, like the last battle though, like are there like forces aligned that like were strategically placed on the battlefield to like you thwart this or do that?
I want to tell you one right now. When Egwene tricks the tower into giving her control of the what's it called? Of dealing with Rand in the war at the end. Remember, she does that whole scenario where she like kind of tricks the tower.
Yeah,
yeah. She's playing the game there.
We can kind of call the Great Game more or less politicking.
Yeah.
She was a good negotiator. Yes. And what had foresight to see. Oh, okay. Now, well, you already gave me power. You told me that this was going to be. So she had the foresight. Yeah, I guess we can say that's Daes Dae'mar, I suppose.
She plays it a lot, Egwene. I mean, even in Saladar, when she's making all of the whatever, the Saladar 6 or whatever it is, those Aes Sedai who think they're controlling everything. She winds up playing them into her hands. With the help of Swan as well.
But she's not trained. I mean, okay, so I mean, all right. First off, she's not trained in this. She's just doing it. And second off, Rand is uniquely just doing like the most random things he could think of doing in the very beginning and like influencing the world greatly. And it's like, okay, the world thinks they're doing Daes Dae'mar, but it's really just Rand's TAVERN, right? Like, is he even playing the game at all? Do you see Rand developing as a Daes Dae'mar master?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't turn into some sort of like super mastermind. He just is like fumbling through this stupid thing, and everyone's like finding meaning in meaningless gestures, which makes me think Daes Dae'mar is meaningless.
Well, it seemed to have ruled like a few countries. I mean, they're all like Karian and Tyr. They're playing it. Cameron's a little different, but I mean, the Aes Sedai for sure play. But you're right. It's just politicking.
Yeah. Right. That's a really good point. Ingtar, when he sees the 2 invitations that Rand procures from his pocket, from Barthanes and from the king, he's like, what the fuck have you been doing? And Rand's like, honestly, nothing. Nothing, I promise. I'm just sitting here burning everything that comes my way. I ain't doing nothing. They're like, wow, crafty. Good job. He's what?
and basically ignoring Loyal the whole time. So, yeah, we're going to get into this later, but like, how mean is Rand to Loyal? What a dick, right? Like, Loyal, like, lives up to his name in so many ways. Rand is just, like, undercutting that asshole and, like, throwing him under the bus. And he's always right. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I would argue, too, that he's even worse to Huron. Because Huron's just trying to my lord him, and Rand's getting all pissed at him and, like, stop calling me my lord.
Yeah. But without Huron there to help him negotiate that situation, he probably would have been killed.
Who has a worse life in the Game of Thrones than Huron? Mm-hmm. Like honestly, like people have powers,
smelling violence everywhere.
People have like power, like Perrin, like can run with wolves. He kind of hates it. He's eating animals. Maybe he was a vegetarian before, but he's like, oh god damn it, I love me some rabbit or whatever. But like, what's negative about that? You know, Matt can just gamble the shit out of the world and like win every goddamn thing. What's nothing negative? Huron smells motherfucking violence and death.
Yeah, but he uses it. He uses it like in a good way, right?
But he didn't even want to go to the Foregate. He's like, no, Lord Rand, it stinks out there.
but to be fair, we weren't really sure if it stunk of violence or it just stunk because the people out there are very dirty.
Oh wow! Foregate is my kind of place, man. There's just parties everywhere. It's like Mardi Gras. It sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like a filthier Mardi Gras.
I didn't know that existed. Go on.
I don't know. That's the Foregate. That's what I imagine. It's more of like a
Southside Chicago, where Aaron Donald got in that fight in the alleyway and almost got.
That was Pittsburgh, baby.
I'm sorry.
It was Pittsburgh.
You're correct.
And they were at the Boom Boom Room.
Tell me more.
And the guy apologized to Aaron Donald and said, "I'm sorry. I thought you punched me, but based on video evidence, you didn't, and so I'm sorry."
All right, keep talking about Aaron Donald. We got 3 subscribers right when we started bringing this topic up.
I think he's about 6'7", 320. He runs a 4.63.
He's actually not that tall, Aaron Donald.
He's not?
I don't think so.
I think he has a wingspan taller than his height.
He might. He's not actually. Everyone thinks he's really tall, but I don't think he is actually. Can we get a check on that, please? Aaron Donald, check.
Yeah,
chat.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
No, everyone in chat is probably very familiar with what we're talking about. So
somebody in chat here knows.
Let us know
how tall
what you
Aaron
think.
Donald is. Someone's gotta know.
Oh, well.
He was one of the 4 Gators, the one that was stomped on by the Trolloc during that big battle.
Wait, what's the name? You're not a real person, are you?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was the Illuminator. That's what it was. Aaron Donald was the Illuminator.
yeah. He
Cabooses boss.
Yes.
They assassinated him after the fire. We don't really hear much from him.
It's pronounced actually. I just looked up the pronunciation. It's actually Aaron Donald.
There's apostrophe.
There's a what is it called, Jen? A glottal stop.
A glottal stop.
Oh, nice.
Is that what your entire podcast name is? 3 glottal stops, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Like Trace glottal stop us.
Trace Galapagos. Do you guys do a lot of singing in your podcast?
No, we don't.
Not
do
really.
anything.
I wish we did more.
All right, so first book of Harry Potter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a very smooth segue.
Who's that evil guy, right? Who's the evil
Quirrell.
guy? Voldemort, right?
Oh.
Have you ever explained to your audience, Joe, why you have a Voldemort style like being coming out of your left shoulder?
I have a
a guitar.
Voldemort style.
No, it's his guitar head. Like, like it looks like it's like growing out of your shoulder the whole time, telling you what to do and controlling you.
Little Darby.
Talk to the headstock.
It's always there. Don't
like,
deny it. Oh no!
There's us. We should jam.
Loading guitar.
All right, yeah. Who's walking who, huh?
So yeah, we have seen that Rand does not treat Loyal very well, especially in these last few chapters. He is constantly interrupting him. When he was meeting with Tom, he's like, "Hey Tom, we got the horn," and he's like, "Fuck off! Go downstairs. Go downstairs now. Go. Close the door." Okay.
And he did it when they're going into the luminaries. He's like, Ron, maybe. And he's like, sure, go. Yeah, hey, follow me.
Shut
Ron,
up.
they're gonna fucking assassinate us. No. He's like, sure, go. Climb the wall.
Do it. Do it.
Right. So, are we loving Rand this book?
He's very angry. You're right. When he's very angry when he's in Kyrian. Most of the time.
He's only not angry when he's with his ladies. Let's be honest. Every other time he's struggling with his anger.
He does have anger issues, I think.
He's worse than Nynaeve. At least Nynaeve can channel that shit properly.
Oh, is that a pun?
Yeah. Noob.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. He's a really. I think it's. So, right, the beginning of this book, right, he's really like a jerk. He continues to be a jerk throughout this book, I think, right? Because he doesn't, he thinks he's just found out he's the Dragon Reborn, too. So you got to put that on his shoulders. And then he can channel. So he just wants to get away from everyone so they can be safe. But then he winds up getting roped into, going on this hunt. He thinks Moiraine and Swan are trying to control him. And he's very, very... constantly talking about that. He's constantly thinking about, is this what Moiraine wanted me to do? Maybe she wanted me to do this. Maybe she wanted me to think that I wanted to do this.
Yep. Like,
and then he's got, and then he's got, people calling him Lord, and he's very angry about that. He blames that on Moiraine.
Kind of loving it.
So he's just really angry and frustrated. I feel them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. He is way out of his element.
Oh,
way out of his element, and people think that he is doing shit on purpose, and he's like, I'm not. Even by doing nothing, he's doing something, and yeah, I would see that would be frustrating as well.
He's with people he doesn't really know that well either. Like this is the first time he's like been with other people besides like his dad and like people from his village.
That's great. That's a good point. I was gonna say, like, Tam Al'Thor, I have this whole thing about how amazing he is and how he's basically saved the world by raising Rand, but he did not teach him social skills. And how can you? So my belief is that Tam knew he was a Dragon Reborn, brought him, to back to his most rural village. Never allowed a mistress, never allowed a wife to enter because she could be a dark friend. Raised him, gave him the Flame of the Void, and basically knew and sent him off with as much skills as possible to handle his destiny. I believe this to my heart, and yeah, thoughts? But
how can he know?
Yeah.
In the Raven prologue, in the Raven, the prologue called The Raven that wasn't produced, you have Tam telling the story of the Dragon Reborn to a group of children and telling it with great detail and depth, right? So I have a theory that he went out in search of him in a way, or Rand's TAVERN pool, maybe even prenatal, brought Tam to the mountain. Vis-a-vis, anyways, he was destined to raise him to be not only just the Dragon Reborn, but the best ultimate Dragon Reborn of all time, who was able.
That's why they were so far out in the middle of nowhere. That's why Tam Al'Thor never got married. That's why, a lot of these things that are isolationist, Ryan believes, is because Tam was trying to keep him away from everyone.
But he already lived there before he found Rand, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was from Emmonsfield. I don't know if that was a family farm or not, but he doesn't live in town though.
That's true.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't live in the town. Most of the farmers don't.
But then why would he have his son getting basically engaged to a girl in the town if he knew he was going to have to leave? Just to save face a little bit, try to cover it up?
Well, I mean, he didn't know when it was going to happen. I mean, I don't know if he had prescience in that regard, when it was all it's going to hit the fan. But I do believe that Tam literally knew once Rand was oh, there's a Dark Rider. Tam's oh shit, this shit is on. Brings him to back to Emmonsfield, has a meeting with the village council, warns everybody, which is why not many people died during the Veld time, and he was able to protect him. Went back to the house to get the sword because he thought shit is gonna go down, and it did, and he was right. And if he didn't get that sword, fucking Rand would have been dead. So I think that Tam had read the signs, but was just super calm and letting it, because his son doesn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that was his soldier, his world experience coming into play. There was also, remember, I think, right, didn't Fane, that was shortly after Fane came and told them about all this great war going on, and Geldin and Loghain, and, there was, right, wolves and things like that in the area. So I feel like that was just Tam being, a smart soldier.
It could be, but they did certainly discuss Rand's sighting of the stranger, because they said that the Thane kid had seen one, and he had said, I think Matt he had known that as well from the village council meeting that he had when he got there. So it was at least a point of conversation to say, oh yeah, by the way, my kid saw a rider and his cloak didn't move, and I think it may have been a Myrddraal.
I mean, he knew all about Trollocs. It's so many unique things were happening, but also we could spend hours debating about the Flame in the Void. That is the one skill, the one kind of meditative skill that Rand needs to be able to do it boom instantly. He's by this book he is able to pop into the Flame in the Void so fast. But it just is that an accident? right? Like, is it
that Tam taught him that, or?
Well, I mean,
it is not common to Edmonds Field, or at least with our boys. None of them ever mention, oh yeah, one time my dad, while looking at horses.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at that flaming void, baby.
But then I think when Rand talks about it, like Lan says, like, oh yeah, that's a thing that I know about too. Like it's a thing that people, like soldiers and people use, and I think I assume that something Tam learned from his days, with the Ilian or.
Wasn't it called something else though?
He called it the oneness, right?
Yeah. Like I think like the flame of the void seems to be, as far as I can remember, unique to Tam. But yeah, like Lan knew what that was all about. He knew about getting at that. But I always also thought that was just kind of getting at like flow state or whatever. Like I don't know if like Lan's knowledge of the oneness, like all the oneness Lan can get is like let him channel. No. Anyways, but it just seemed like okay, so and then it calls upon like the question about like what is TAVERN, like, or what is how predestined is Tam's life?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, was Rand TAVERN as soon as he was born, or was Rand a TAVERN fetus?
Right.
No, bro, I go even further. Like, well, I mean, but like, I'm gonna go there. Like, what? So then, like, did that would say that Tam had to learn about the Flame of the Void 9 months before he met him? No, I believe that Tam's entire life, he left Edmonds Field. And I keep putting he left Edmonds Field to quote unquote see the world, seek adventure. Like the companion says, he left to see the world.
No. So you're going a little too far back. What I'm thinking is not that Tam was specifically destined to be the one to find him. I think it's the other way around. I think when Rand was born, someone needed to find him, and it was Rand's TAVERN-ness that brought like, oh, who's the best person probably to find him? Oh, this guy's got all the qualifications we need to raise the Dragon Reborn, so he's going to be the one to find him.
But it'd have to be like, I know, but like all the events that like lead, like let's imagine all the events that lead you to be on my show right now. You could have chosen to go to Lucky's and said, "Fuck, you could have like slipped on a patch of ice, like you're here now, and like so for Tam to have been there now." At the time of the exact moment when a baby needs to be held and cared for in the snow, that shit, like the amount of sequences of events in Tam's life to get him the skills and knowledge of XYZ.
Mm-hmm. I have the answer for you.
Predeterminism.
I've thought of it. I've thought about this. It's come to me.
I wonder if you have the same answer. Go.
The wheel weaves. The wheel will.
You're gonna moraine me. All right, let's take a break, everybody. No, so I mean, and I also think about how we meet Loyal. Loyal left the steading very spontaneously and like kind of almost out of his own character. He's such a hesitant weirdo. For him to have done what he did seems so weird. Like he left 3 years before to be at the exact inn to meet Rand. Like that's more than TAVERN.
Yeah, that's.
But what is that?
It's a fantasy novel that Robert Jordan wrote that way. You're gonna tell me a story and Jen a story tomorrow. I'm gonna read the future here. Tomorrow, you're gonna tell me and Jen a story about how Robert Jordan, thought he was a Greek god or something of that nature.
An Old Testament god.
An Old Testament god.
Yeah, Old Testament.
Yes. Oh my God! How did you know this is happening? Whoa!
I predict this.
All right, are we in the dream world? This is the dream shard.
All right, pulled you in to talk around Riyadh's dream shard.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Stay tuned. Listen to tomorrow's Talk Around Riyadh episode, where we discuss a little bit of this. But yeah, I do believe that my belief is that this is a highly predetermined world. That TAVERN is not.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But it's not only TAVERN predeterminism. I think like anyone who's ever going to be wrapped up in a TAVERN at all is wrapped up their entire lives. Like Bail Doman had to be like the greatest adventurer who loved like weird amulets from prehistory and he just happened to have to be the one, like all the people that we meet. We can't just think about the moment they meet as TAVERN. We have to think about the fact that they are the uniquely skilled and the right person for the job at the moment we meet them. Is how I'm seeing this. And if that's the case, then Loyal needed to be somehow pushed to leave the steading 3 years ago. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's the pattern, right? It's part of the pattern.
Yeah. But most people are like, when we talk about this, I'm getting pushback in the terms of like, they say, well, TAVERN is predetermined and everyone else isn't, but I don't see how that is.
No, it's not predetermined. Right? Isn't it just they're more closely tied to the pattern?
Well, it does state over and over in these first few books that TAVERN really have no free will.
Well, they don't have no. Just they have less free will.
I mean, they can choose what to eat for breakfast. They can choose whether they're going to shower that day or not. But for the most part, they like with big things, things will happen whether they want it to or not. Hence, Rand just throwing shit into the fire, and all the Kyrian going, "Yeah, baby, you are my kind of guy," and he's like, "What? I don't even
like." Yeah.
Or also like Rand when he was talking to Damanes or Damanes, he just says randomly certain things.
Barthanes.
like that Land tells him to say. You know, he learned that in book 1.
Yeah.
You imagine him just start doing cat crosses the courtyard wall. How cocky is that?
I want to see both of your best cat crosses the courtyard.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. Well, how do you basically get on all fours and like rub your ass on every item? All right. Let me get over here. All right, let me get over here. Let me rub my ass. Oh my god. All right.
And then I lick my hand and start grooming.
Is that a mouse? Is that a mouse?
I start grooming with my foot.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Dan. Oh my gosh. All right. Nope. All right. Nope. Dan won't stop until he's done. Are you done? Oh, you're not. Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I was just making sure I was done. I had to. All right.
All right. I just want to say Scott's totally down with me. RJ's predetermined world. Yep. It's a predetermined world. It's a predetermined world. All right, Eric Hargis. Let's talk about Eric. Eric Hargis, new name, I believe. Welcome to the Way of the Leaf. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Please hit the like and subscribe.
Happy Sunday, Eric. Call your mom. She misses you.
XYZ PDQ. Check your zipper. All right, TAVERN is so bold. The main point RJ tries to make is the only way that the light loses is if it gives up. Think of it like gravity. Okay. All right, I want what Eric's on.
Yeah.
Like, I've done a lot of cool shit, and like maybe we could like. I'm up to new experiences.
Gravity's overrated, guys.
Do you guys think that was Leaf Theron a TAVERN?
I would have to be. He was a dragon, so right.
Well,
he would have to be
the worst ever, though.
I think he is. I think it's mentioned that he is because Arthur Hawking was also TAVERN.
Because he pretty much lost. I mean, he won, but he lost.
I remember mentioning Arthur Hawking. I don't remember a specific reference to Leaf Theron, but I am on Team Joe right now.
I think the dragon. I think the dragon has to be TAVERN. It's like part of the pattern.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if we have it written anywhere. It's probably in one of those interview database questions, I'm sure.
I mean, they kept saying like how, everyone says, oh, he was so strongly TAVERN that XYZ. Like there's several references about Leaf Theron's Theron's like most like how
Leaf Theron.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron.
I believe, like, I heard the Charlize candle smells like her. Anyway, so so yeah, I think the Leaf Theron, like, there's several mentions of how strongly TAVERN he was, but I don't understand how much I'm supposed to believe because that's all prehistory.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
there's no like,
some
there's
level,
not like a thermometer or something, or some way you can measure TAVERN.
Yeah. On some level, these guys could be like, I mean, a fucking mountain arises. Yeah, that could be a volcano. and everyone's like, oh, like they create a story around it, which is like, kind of like, if you're an atheist, you're thinking what modern day religion is like, just storytelling, ways of trying to explain reality through kind of like human means. Like, so I have a hard time always believing like the stories of the age pasts.
I think it's funny too because they say, and I think it's in this book, that the Forsaken are like stories or that they tell their kids to like make sure you be good or Lanfear is going to come to get you. But then it turns out, whoops, they are actually real.
Right.
It's like
that is true.
Yeah.
We do see those remnants of the Second Age.
To each their own.
Oh, no.
Fucking Farstrider. Bonus points for Farstrider in the chat.
No.
Bonus points to you, my friend. That is insanely funny.
Yeah.
So let me ask you your opinion. And I'll start with you, Jen. So
Not mine, though, right?
Not yours. I probably
Whatever.
already heard
Jesus.
yours.
I know.
You'll interrupt anyway. Don't worry about it.
I'm good at that.
Jen, so stop. We have people in this series that one of their talents is to see TAVERN glow.
Right.
Swan Sanche is the most notable example, and she sees Rand glow like the sun. She says, we have to then assume that TAVERN is at least. I mean, it's got to be less rare than the talent to see it. I mean, she must have seen people glow before, right? Well, how do you know you have a talent unless you see it?
That's. I think I asked about this in our show too.
Yeah.
Like if you've or even Logain sees Rand in the crowd, it's like, how do you know what you're looking at? Does he even know that means he's TAVERN? I don't know if he actually knows that or not, or he just knows he's special in some way.
I think Logain, I think that's how Logain explains that, because I think he goes back to explain why he was laughing, and he said he saw like a glow around Rand, and he knew that he would cause more like chaos than he ever would, or something like that. He just kind of felt it. I don't know about Swan. Probably, I'm going to guess Swan knows because she's probably read something. There's probably history or something in the tower or something that would say that, but there's actually less in the book, right? We only know of two people who can see TAVERN. Oh no, can Nicola can see TAVERN, I think too, right? Nicola! I think she can see TAVERN too. So we actually think we meet three people who can see TAVERN and three TAVERN. So
there we go. It's the Nicola horn. That's the horn.
Nicola horn. It's the horn to Nicola. All right, go on.
So we actually, I'm pretty sure she can see TAVERN as well, if I remember correctly. So you got three TAVERN and three people who can see TAVERN. So I don't know if that's.
I just think it's just like game recognizes game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'm thinking. Oh, go ahead.
It's okay. No, I've heard people say that they thought that Egwene and Nynaeve were TAVERN too, but I guess that kind of negates that because obviously Swan would be able to see if they were TAVERN.
Yeah,
but TAVERN comes and goes, right?
It does. So so
maybe when like the great feats that they're doing, or situations that plots need like some loopholes, like maybe we just call it TAVERN later on.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was actually. I think RJ or somebody confirmed that she wasn't though. Unfortunately.
Ever. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to say like she turns it on and off, and when she's in the presence of someone who can see TAVERN,
I don't think you could like shut it on and off. I thought it was like you were not, then you are, now you're not again. I didn't think you could like then turn it like that.
Well,
consider the so let's say Matt needs to gamble with someone, and so the pattern's like, all right, Joe, you're going to end up gambling with Matt 2 days from now, so you need a little extra coin. So when you gamble 2 days before you meet with Matt, you become a little TAVERN and you win more, and then the pattern shuts it off for you, and then you lose to Matt, and he gets more coin. Mm-hmm. I think that TAVERN-ness is something that kind of may pop up all over the place for like an hour or 15 minutes.
That'd be really cool, right?
Like a bubble of TAVERN?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and you just don't realize it.
Yeah.
But
Dan, I'm sorry. No, let me talk to my brother. Dan, just because you get lucky some nights is not just a TAVERN bubble. You're an attractive man. Everyone loves you. You'll get lucky all the time. It's not TAVERN. Trust me.
Oh,
I heard everything you said.
Especially if you do that.
it makes me
Oh my God.
nervous grooming. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's my kind of theory. Is that it's not really
my
determined.
kind of theory.
It's my kind of theory.
Hey, that's my kind of theory.
Yeah, and I'm sure Robert Jordan probably said, nope, there's only 3 TAVERN. But I like to think that they're kind of popping up all over the place. And if Swan was just looking at a common room, she would maybe see someone kind of glow for a little bit, and then it would go away.
And she'd be like, oh, he's getting lucky tonight.
You know what would be really cool is, I don't know, for anybody here who watched the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. So like the end of the show when it switched over from Fox to WB or whatever it was, it switched stations. When there's like extra Slayers, well, I'm sorry, it's actually even earlier on when like Buffy dies and then like another Slayer comes, but Buffy comes back to life. So now there's 2 Slayers. So wouldn't that have been cool if RJ did it where like Rand like dies, but he comes back, but then there's another dragon to replace him, and then there's multiple dragons? Wouldn't that be cool?
The pattern just hiccuped and threw it out. He's like, well, we need a dragon. And Rand's like, I'm not dead yet. And he's like, oh, damn.
And then there's 2 dragons.
Well,
like,
Ulver. That's
2
Ulver.
dragons intertwined.
That's Ulver?
Ulver, yeah.
Ulver's the baby dragon?
Yeah.
Ulver.
By the way, I don't know if no one got that reference, I guess, but
What, 2 dragons?
Yeah, I tried my best. I'm like smiling. If you can't
Starsky and
tell.
Hutch, the Starsky and Hutch movie.
Hutch's eyes.
I think I got the spirit
Or
of
Starsky
the
guy. I don't remember. Who
answer.
dies, Starsky or Hutch? Or both?
Will Ferrell, right?
I didn't see that movie.
Oh. Go watch it, everybody. It's not really that great of a movie, but that's a really funny scene.
My neighbor's been trying to get me to watch that movie for like 8 years.
Really? That's weird. Very odd.
Yeah, he's like, have you seen it? He gave me the DVD, and I have the DVD. So, and I'm like, I still have not found 80 minutes to spend on this weird thing.
It's very low on the list.
Hey, Dan,
it's way down.
Let's not forget the first time he sat down on the couch and just sat there and he patted the side of the couch. He's like, hey, sit here, buddy.
Come on, you want to be my Hutch?
Sit here. Sit next to me, buddy.
Okay, so yeah.
Starsky and Hutch.
No.
All right. How can I get a Talk Ran Riyadh placard like you have above your head? Do you sell? Is that available to the public?
You have to be married to me.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Are you polygamous?
Or married to my wife, I guess.
Is she polygamous?
No.
Yeah.
Does she like?
Not
So
yet.
you'll have to kill me.
Not yet.
You'll have to come and kill me. That's the only way to get it.
It's that exclusive.
It's not exclusive.
All right. It'll go to your children. You're saying?
No, it won't go to my children. That's why you have to kill me.
Dies
Because
with him.
Wait, Jen.
I've
Jen, do you
written
have
it into
one?
my will. Whoever
No,
kills
I
me.
don't
gets-
What?
I'm not married to Joe's wife, so I can't have one.
Whoa. Joe's wife needs to be open-minded.
I put it in my will. Whoever kills me gets. I'm like Ron Swanson. Whoever kills me gets my fortune. It's in my will.
I agree with any Ron Swanson reference. You can bring them all you want.
All right. I feel like we are going to take a break right now. What do you think, Dan?
I think that's a fine idea, Ryan.
Yeah, unless how about we summarize? My God, I'm the worst at this. I'm going to summarize what we just talked about.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. We talked about Daes Dae'mar. We talked about Joe's wife. And yeah. So Jen agrees with me that Daes Dae'mar is full of shit, and she hopes it goes into the crapper, and that we never hear that word ever. Not only because Game of Houses is too similar to Game of Thrones, but because it's kind of a bad plot line. And I'm speaking for her. Joe believes
Right.
was playing contrarian and tried to concoct a story about how the Game of Houses was pertinent to the last battle, and I still don't see numbers on the battlefield.
I think it was a valiant effort. I think he did well, you know.
All of the Aes Sedai that Agway manipulated.
Yep.
Yeah, so from Kyrian.
That could have been disastrous if she wasn't able to do that. And there was no Aes Sedai there, or they got somehow wiped out. Forget
But
about it.
So she
Forget
learned.
about it.
So you demonstrated that
Eggman's walking here.
she was playing the game of houses, but how did she learn the game of houses?
Well, she did learn a little bit under the tutelage of Moraine, and then Swan was like her advisor when she was in Saladar.
No, so did Swan play the game of houses before
Oh,
she
yeah.
was before she,
Her dad was the mayor for 20 years. Her dad started the game of houses.
Oh, Egwene, that's Swan. Right?
What, Mr. Sanchez?
That's Egwene, yeah. No, Egwene.
Yeah.
The game of houses, Daes
Egwene, Mayor
Dae'mar was
Aldir.
very prominent among poor fishermen.
I
caught a fish this long.
The game of fishes.
I thought on the reread that the fish stuff was going to be the metaphors were going to be a little heavy-handed, and I suppose they are. But Perrin does blacksmith metaphors all the time too, so I've become more forgiving of like that's just where they're at. But he's like, yeah, that's as soft as cold iron.
Do we keep the fish metaphors for the show? You guys like the fish metaphors?
Yes.
Like with PH, like the band.
Yeah.
No, we're not getting any of that.
Trey Anastasia, yeah. I like it. I like also that they're fish that we don't know, like some like horn needle stomper, or something, or dragon needlefish. I don't know what for fish
There
are,
needs to
but
be a
they're weird ones.
website. There needs to be a website devoted to the fish of the Wheel of Time.
All right, guys in chat. I'm sorry. Chat was sucking until Dana Lou came in and brought the heavy hitter.
Thank you, Dana.
This is a howitzer fucking chat right here. There is age lace, which I don't remember knowing about, that the TAVERN have built around themselves and connected to other people who are a part of their pattern. So maybe you have TAVERN by association. Ooh.
See? Yep.
It's kind of like possession is 9/10 of the law. Guilt by association.
It's like a satellite network.
Accomplice after the fact, or something like that, right?
No, so loyal is TAVERN by association. He left because of the TAVERN-ness. It
was 3 years before, so Rand was already alive and around. So
on some level, I could abide by argument, and I don't like to abide by anything because I love. I could abide by the argument that everyone who's not in direct contact with any of these characters or anyone in the fucking book at all is free to do as they please. But everybody who's in the text at all, anyone who's being referenced at all, is somehow being influenced TAVERN-like to be able to create the exact like situations and psychological like fortitude, like these people are influencing each other, like not only like with events but with like outlook and whatever strength and resilience and all the things that create character. Like we are all connected in that way, and I'm of the idea, like Dana Lewis saying, like, yeah, maybe everyone around them is TAVERN by necessity. They are designed to influence Rand the way he needs to be influenced to be able to do what he does later.
Can I say something?
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it anyway. This music reminds me of the Dragon Warrior video game on Nintendo.
It might.
I love that music. I love it. It's bringing me back like to when I was a kid.
He wasn't listening to you at all.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Did you say
No, thank you, Jen. Thank you. No, that's obvious. No, I suffer from that too.
Well, let me try and consolidate if I can, Ryan. So with Rand being born on Dragonmount, to your point, Ryan, and Tam showing up in a world where we can't really have coincidence where there is TAVERN involved. Was this Rand pulling his father, his future, father figure, or was this Tam reacting to that lace? When did this start for Rand? Was it in utero? For crying out loud?
Question. That's a great question. If RJ were still alive, I would totally ask him, like, when did Rand become TAVERN? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, no, Joe, you postulated that it was like in utero, but like I'm also understanding, like, Tam needed to learn a bunch of shit, and he needed to become a blade master, right? He needed to get that hair marked sword. Like, he needed to go through a lot of weird shit that we don't even know about, just to get to the point where he's picking this baby up.
I think that's the pattern, though. I don't necessarily know if that's TAVERN. I think that's more of just the pattern.
Right. Do you guys, all right, before we go to the break, I'm just going to hit you with this last question, and then we're going to take a break. Feel free to mute your mics, and we're going to take our 10-minute musical break and listen to the sounds of Hermit Convention. But do you guys think that Tam was the one who killed his mother and took the baby?
No.
All right, mute your mic. Let's talk about...
Oh, my God. On that note.
Oh, so evil.
I don't hear any music yet, Ryan.
Flashing that gang sign, you know you never held a gun in your life. You've got a wife and 2 kids, and your checks are signed by a computerized guy you've never met in your god-forsaken existence. The resistance you put up is shut up. The world is an oyster that's cut up. The girl with a mohawk walks by, she snickers and sighs. She has your eyes. Our mutual friend is disgusting. I feel so stupid for trusting sometimes with rhymes, with ironic, strung out hippie headband, iconic with the iPod and shuffle and the camouflage duffel, earphones hiding behind a DK hoodie. The weaker than's play. Her silhouette burns away with the sunrise. She has your eyes. She has your eyes. She has your eyes. Shows you sold 10 CDs without saying please. What's your secret? A holy clover. I really hope I don't get pulled over in the drive-through lane, soaking up rain with a dozen blankets. I ascertain that she might need $1, but to her surprise, she has your eyes. She has your eyes. She has your eyes. She has your eyes.
That's all we paid for that song. We didn't get the rest of it.
That was not. Wow.
Yep.
Whoops.
Yep.
All right. We'll deal with that later. All right, we are returning. Everyone locked and loaded. Unmute your mics. Here we go.
Hey.
What a problem that's going to make.
That was nice.
Guys, I'll take care of this. I know Chris, what's his face? And
Chris Apple.
Chris
No,
Morton.
that's his daughter.
Chris Martin.
Chris Morton. Chris Martin, yes. Me and
Chris
him are good
Martin.
friends. We're good friends.
Chris
I'll take care of this
Martin.
for you. I'll take care of this for you.
Okay.
Consider it done.
Consider it done. All right. Whoa, discombobulating. My bad. Well, let's get back into it. We're going to get our friend Floaty in here soon. Going to send him the link.
All right. While you send him the link, should I do the questions?
Oh, I have
Go
to be
for
when
it.
Floaty comes. We have to like mind our spoilers, right?
Exactly.
Correct. Yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Well done. But while we're waiting to complete the process of becoming our new best friends, you need to answer a couple quick little questions about yourselves. They're Wheel of Time based mostly, except for one I just added, Ryan. You're going to love it.
Hit me.
All right. So are you ready,
Yes.
Yes.
my lovelies? All right. Joe, we'll start with you. Have you ever seen a proper palace?
A proper
And what-
palette.
And which one, if you have?
No, I haven't seen a proper palace. I don't think so.
Okay. Jen?
I don't know. I went to Italy on a school trip when I was in junior in high school, so I might have seen I went to some buildings that were large. I'm not sure if any of them were palaces.
Okay.
So yeah, I
What
don't
about you've been to
Maybe.
Disney? Do they have palaces in Disney?
Oh, I saw Cinderella's castle. I've eaten dinner in Cinderella's castle. Does that count?
Counts for now. Sure.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Jen, to you. Have you ever eaten anything that you would consider to be a honey cake?
A honey cake. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Joe?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Just-
Okay.
Yeah, you get those like sweet buns. You ever like you get them at
I really
Well,
wish you didn't
okay.
clarify
Yeah.
sweet buns. You know, and they've
Yeah.
got their glaze shiny with a nice glaze on the
Rounded.
Not
outside.
like a cinnamon roll or something.
No, not a cinnamon roll. These are like sweet buns and they're glazed.
I don't know if I ever had.
Very nice.
Do they come in a cellophane
You like
package?
this, Joe?
I believe they might be. It might be Entenmann's. I could be wrong.
Like honey buns?
Entenmann's honey cakes. I believe that's a thing.
Okay. Okay. If there's an Entenmann's honey cakes, then yes, you have eaten a honey cake for sure. All right. To you, back to you, Joe. Do you have anything you would consider to be a circus skill, a party trick, something that you do that other people don't?
I used to be so I used to work years when back when I was a teenager. I used to work in Party City. For those of you who don't know what Party City, it's a party supply store. They sell like balloons and plates and napkins, all that kind of crap.
It's in
and
the title.
Yeah,
It's a
right
Party
in the
City.
title there.
It's the foregate.
Yeah. So I used to be able to, those like big push brooms. So I used to have to be on the stock boy. So I used to have to sweep the store at the end of the day. We had those big push brooms, with the long, big,
That's like a shag rug on a stick.
Yeah, the dust mops. Ooh,
Oh.
I wasn't even thinking about the dust mops, but we did use the dust mops too. Actually,
Okay.
But those two. I used to balance them, like for literally, I could balance them for like 25, 30 minutes on my on like a finger, and then I used to switch hands and fingers, and I used to put them on my head, and yeah.
That qualifies.
I don't
Well
know if I
done.
can still do that, but yeah.
and you're getting paid to do it also.
I was
That's
getting
great.
paid to do it also, so
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to hire you for my next party at Barthanis Manor.
ooh, that sounds like it's going to be really fun.
Jen, what's your party trick?
Okay, I don't have any circus tricks, but I'm just gonna do this stupid noise that I can make and sing.
Okay.
and
Okay,
sing
awesome.
a song. So it goes like this.
That,
All you have to do, I don't know why it sounds better when you put your hand like this, but you have to say girl, but not open your mouth. So it's like girl, 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 girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well done. Well done.
Is that an exclusive?
Yeah, I never did that on our show. So.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
Guys,
exclusive.
we are doing it. All right, 2 more questions. What was your first concert?
Me first?
Jen, you first.
I think it was New Kids on the Block.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was New Kids on the Block or Whitney Houston, but I think New Kids came first. Those were my first 2 concerts.
Those are 2 solid first concerts. Woo.
Oh,
Joe.
I'm going to dig deep here, and most people aren't going to know who I say, but the first concert I ever went to was a band called Manowar.
Oh,
They're a heavy metal band, heavily like medieval themed metal band. Like they would dress in like leather chaps, and they sing about
and
like,
that's it.
riding dragons, and
Oh, Joe, were you a little adorable Hessian kid? Were you a little headbanger?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
I do believe I've heard of Manowar. I don't know if I know their music. That's funny though.
Yeah, one of their guitar players was recently arrested for child pornography, I think. So maybe that's how you know them.
Why would you possibly implicate me like that?
Moving on. Last question, guys.
What a dick.
Joe.
What an epic.
All right. Joe. You walk into a bar. And there are 3 very drunk, very happily drunk, and will tell you anything you want to know kind of drunk people in this tavern. You have 1 hour, and you can only sit with one of them. At one table is Al Mandragoran. At another table is Tam Althor. And over at that table over there is Asmodean.
Oh.
Who do you choose to sit with for that hour?
Okay, so are they going to talk to me no matter what? Like, because my arguments would be like Lan and Tam are probably not going to say much.
Nope. They are lugubrious, and they are an open well right now.
This is a tough one.
Thank you.
My instincts were to say Asmodean because he's seen a lot of shit. But Lan probably's got some great stories, especially about Moraine. I bet you, though, Asmodean's probably a better storyteller, though. So I'm going to go with Asmodean.
Okay. Good choice. Jen?
I was going to say the same. I wanted to hear all his Age of Legends stories and maybe some of his Forsaken stories, too. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, he is a well of potential knowledge to tap.
Yes.
Like that. Sure. Okay, guys, you made it. You're best friends now. Yay!
You're the 2 best friends that anyone could have.
You know what? Tom is missing out.
Oh man,
I miss him.
He's not your friend anymore.
Nope.
Well, he will be one day, but today is not that day.
It's not that day.
Awesome, guys. Ryan, are you ready?
Did you have an extra question? I thought you had a...
No, I slipped it in.
I got it.
The concert question.
I liked it. What did your first concert, Dan?
Mine was Depeche Mode.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Depeche Mode.
What about you, Ryan?
I believe mine was The Cure, Disintegration, and I got thrown out because there was a food fight and I threw something. And then right when the first song came on, which is my favorite song, Disintegration, the first song off Disintegration, the aptly titled aforementioned Disintegration, like that song was on and like these guys grabbed me and took me out. Sorry.
It was an incredible food fight. It was at Dodger Stadium. People started throwing nachos and everything. People were throwing everything. So amidst this chaos, Ryan just kind of joined the crowd through your one thing.
The one thing, yeah, and then like they honed in on me.
Yeah, I think he was a freshman in high school. They're like, kicked him out. We had an extra ticket, so I gave it to him through the bars, and he got back in. Yep.
Oh wow! Hey! I've never gotten thrown out of a concert before, so that's one thing at least.
I've always thought it was like a puppet profiling.
A puppet-spiracy?
Dan, you ready to bring in Time to Float?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Guys, what we do is we have a friend who is a first-time reader, and he jots down his notes and thoughts during the process. He is with us during the Great Hunt. I don't like to brag. I don't want to gloat. But it is time for our friend. It's time to float.
Hey, oh, hey, oh.
Hip hop, hooray, hey.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh, he's reading. He's reading.
I'm sorry.
Shh.
God,
this is
that's
like,
so rude.
This is like that scene in the beginning of Ghostbusters. Shh.
And they lived happily ever after. There we go. Hey, Floaty.
Hi.
How you doing? Meet our
Good.
friends. Meet our friends Joe and Jen.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you too.
I'm going to do my very best not to spoil anything. I might just not
And if
talk.
you do, I'll probably not understand it, so it's fine.
Okay. I'll just try not to talk at all.
No, it's fine.
Floaty, Joe is kind of a fan of the Daes Dae'mar. What are your thoughts about it?
It's weird as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With one part in particular.
Which one?
We'll get to that.
The Daes or the Dae'mar?
Both of them.
It's funny. Before Floaty came on, like I kept sending him emails, and he kept like throwing him in the fire, like physically throwing emails in the fire. And I was like, "Wow, this kid knows his stuff."
Did you, you got a response email that said, Floaty threw your email in the fire?
No, it was a video.
This is a video.
Oh, okay. Or like, like the mailer
unopened
demon.
email. Yeah.
The mailer demon. You thought you got one of those.
Yeah, I think
American.
I think it was an auto response, but still.
Evil.
All right, so Floaty, we have Rand keeps he gets these invitations from the king and from Lord Barthanes. Talk to me about this chapter, would you?
So, like, basically with the whole the invitation stuff, it makes me think that he's learning more about, like, just going along with the game to, like, you know, not be profiled for one house or the other.
Right.
Just going with it, I guess.
Right. But apparently it's a successful strategy.
Oh, yeah.
He's unknowingly doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He winds up buying himself some time, right? By like.
Oh, yeah. So they can leave.
Yeah.
And then
He's getting there.
get Fang with the horn.
Yep.
Right. So we have the burning of the Defender of the Dragon Wall.
Oh my god, don't even get me started.
The horn is gone. The dagger is gone.
That broke me down completely.
Yeah. So Rand goes back and gets his dragon banner. Do you think that was a good choice?
Yes and no.
Okay. Do you want to?
So part of me was like, okay, yeah, it's a good idea since Moraine was like, okay, your life may depend on it later or something. And then again, I was like, yeah, no, maybe you should just leave it to burn. So for instance, like nothing like bad follows him per se. If that's could be happening at this point.
And that's what he thought, and he did have people recommend just burn it or throw it in the ground.
Yeah.
So he thinks it twice, and he second guesses himself both times. Grabs it, does acrobatics to get out of that burning building.
Yeah.
Backflips.
He did burn Celine's letters, correct?
He does. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on that?
I was like, okay. At first, I was like, okay, he likes her, but now I'm not so sure anymore.
Yeah, do we ever find out what those letters say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So the first one says, well, the second one he gets says, every time I think you're going to do something, you do something different. You're dangerous. I may just leave.
Oh, yeah.
Think of me because you're always in my thoughts, or something.
Oh, yeah.
You're always
yeah.
mine.
You'll always be mine.
Right. The first letter he gets,
Which is so romantic.
Right after she leaves.
is right. Is right after she leaves.
The first time.
And there's just a letter that says, it's too busy here.
Yeah.
Too many people, but I will see you. Think of the
Soon or
glory.
whatever.
Think of the glory. Yeah, stuff like that.
Doesn't she say specifically, I don't like that person, the innkeeper, or something?
I think it was no, I don't think it was the innkeeper. I think it was the Kyrian captain that was there.
Oh, at the gatekeeper or whatever.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The one who was at that village. So when they were at that village, and then they're like, oh well, just so happens 50 of my men are going to Kyrene too. They'll escort you. And he's like, I don't know if this was a request or an order.
That sounds awfully like hitchhikers.
So that's the first time Celine bolts, and she leaves a letter then.
That's the guy who gives them like the information about that's right at the dig site, right? That's the
right.
village.
Yeah,
correct.
Gives them all the information about the dig site. Okay, it reminds me of that scene in Wayne's World where they talk to the security guard. It's Chris Farley, right? Is the security guard, and he gives them a lot of information, and then they're like, "That security guard had a lot of useful information for us."
Sounds familiar.
That's what always makes me think of that scene.
So the fire is there. Kieran gets bonked on the head. As the flames are going up, the gang gets back together.
Oh yeah.
Reunited and it feels so good.
So, what are your thoughts? Give me a note.
So basically, I was like, okay, the fire is not a good thing, but yet it brought the people together again.
Oh, okay.
That's a good
And
point.
then at the end of that chapter, I was like, wait a minute. It was like making me think it was some sort of exchange at the end of the chapter for Rand, and he was having to think, do I keep the Horde in exchange for my friends, or not see them again and keep the Horde, even though he didn't really have a choice? Seeing his friends again basically substituted for the Dark Friends stealing the Horde back.
Okay. All right, so we know, though, we do learn right in that second chapter, the next one, on the scent, that they knew where Rand
I have
was
one
staying.
more thing from that chapter.
Okay, go ahead.
So, at the end of that chapter, with the fire, I was like, King Galdrian and Barthanes are obviously Dark Friends. Perhaps they knew about the inn catching on fire and helped start the fire, perhaps, to get Thane and Owen to steal back the chest.
My man. All right, well done.
You're doing
Well
great,
done.
Floaty. People are stoked.
Thank you.
That's actually really fucking good, Floaty. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
You impress me all the time, but that is exceptionally impressive.
Thank you.
Astute.
So who do you think set that fire, specifically?
I would have to go with, like I said earlier, Barthanes and Galdrian.
Okay, but they are like blood enemies.
Yeah, pick a side.
But when you think about it, they could have been the ones that gave him the letters through the knocking on the door.
Ooh, so you think so Barthanes and Galdrian are in cahoots with each other. I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
yes, exactly.
That's some real Daes Dae'mar shit right there.
That is.
Yeah, for
Daes Dae'mar.
sure. For sure.
What am I seeing?
So we're on the next chapter. Huron is able to find the trail.
Yes.
And that's when they go to the great tree where Varen.
Oh, yes.
Varen knows that. Rand washes up and burns Celine's letters. Watches them burn. Boom. There we go. And then we shift to the Perrin point of view. Is there anything in the Rand point of view?
One. Let me see. just the fact that like Perrin was like coming to the conclusion that Rand could have been the Shadow Killer they heard so much about already.
Oh.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that's right.
It's blown.
Right? The wolves mentioned
It's
Shadow.
blown.
This is a fun little scene when they're sitting around, bored.
Yes.
Matt is juggling some eggs. Loyal and Rand are reading. Varen's like, we're not going to leave anywhere. We're just going to hang out.
Right.
And then Huron came in and said, I found him at Barthanes' manor. What were your thoughts then?
With what again?
What were your thoughts with that?
With the whole party itself?
No, with that when you found out that, all right, the Horn went to Lord Barthanes' manor, there were Trollocs there, and they haven't left.
Okay. I was like, oh crap. Oh my god, no. This can't be happening.
Yeah.
Do you think it was connected to the fire as far as that was the whole purpose? Was the fire was to grab the chest and take it to Lord Barthanes' place?
Yes.
Okay. And they're like, oh gosh, if there's only some way we can get invited to one of his parties.
Yeah.
And
then when I think about it, they could have given him the letters on purpose to lure them all into his manor.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's like, no, we're not going to let you leave. Sorry, we're going to keep you here till we're done with you.
Oh, now you can't leave. Little Bronx tale going there.
Yep.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
And then I had a few things from Perrin's point of view I wanted to go off of.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so when Perrin was thinking like the wolf and looking at and wishing the mate was like wrong, whatever, I was like, oh my gosh, oh finally.
Is Perrin gonna turn into a wolf?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
Like a werewolf,
or partially anyway.
like furry and shit.
Well, I'm thinking he may, but like he may also then have like be able to like turn back and forth between the two at certain points.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think Elias, the guy he met a long time ago, could do the same?
I would think so.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
now, wait, brother.
okay.
This is the question
right.
I've always wondered. All right, you're a human. Elias is a human, and then he turns into a wolf. Where does he put the clothes? Does he like have to like take his mouth and like put him in a satchel with his like teeth and like slip it over his shoulder somehow?
He should take
and,
the
like...
clothes off first, and then.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Good point. Good point.
So what I think is that he strips them off, puts them in the bush, and then he steals somebody else's clothes to use after he turns back to a human.
He probably kills somebody and just steals their clothes.
Right, exactly. And just steals their clothes like the Terminator.
That's the whole purpose of werewolves. That's why people are werewolves. They crave other people's clothes. They turn into wolves wearing their own clothes.
Like the Terminator.
Nicer clothes than
exactly.
Yeah,
and then kill them and take their clothes.
When people were killing each other for Air Jordans in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
it was all werewolf.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All werewolf.
Wow, 100%.
All right, so
every clothing related death from now on is going to be a werewolf killing.
What is it?
And
Versace,
then I wanted to go back to when they re-mentioned the statue from chapter 20, I think that was.
Right. What's your thoughts?
And then I was like, okay, I'm finally understanding what its purpose is, sort of.
Right. It was a weapon, right?
In the Age of Legends, yeah.
So at the party, we're gonna move on to chapter 32. At the party, Barthanes brings up this specific project and talks to Rand about it. And Rand doesn't quite know what to say. He's like, well, it's dangerous to mess with things in the Age of Legends. And that seemed to give Barthanas some great thought. He's staring into his cup pensively and says, "Does that mean you don't agree?" and stuff like that. What do you think about this party that's going on and and Baron's plan?
So with what's going on, I'm just like, okay, there's these crazy women trying to seduce Rand in the corner,
right? They're
and then I'm like, then we have all these not nice people in his house. And then I was just like, yeah, they should just leave this hellhole.
Just get out, right?
Or find that way gate that they end up not using.
yeah.
And I was like, what's the point of even being here?
It became a no-way gate.
It was really an excuse just to go to a
exactly.
Party,
exactly. And then the funny part was when they were trying to seduce Rand, I was like, okay, they have husbands. Why are they trying to cheat I'm assuming it's all part of the game. So I'm like, okay. And then trying to basically take him to bed.
Oh, yeah.
And then, no, just go on, stop. No, just kidding.
Tell us
And I was like,
no.
Hey, this is awkward.
Yeah, how do they get those secrets out of him?
By seducing him.
Yeah.
Well, then we see Tom. Were you surprised that Tom was at this party?
Actually, yeah. And no at the same time.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
So at first, I was like, okay, he may not have a purpose there, but then I realized later that he knew more about the game than Rand did, so I'm assuming he was like his guide or chauffeur or whatever to help him through the game or whatever, since he was like warning Rand about that one lady that like, oh, you don't want to tangle with her because she acts like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's not as weird as I thought originally, so...
Apparently we all need a Brienne Tarberwin in our lives.
And then with Barry's plan, I was like, it was a great plan until it basically fell apart.
All plans are great until they fall apart.
So when Matt hurt his knee?
Yeah.
And got pneumonia?
Supposedly hurt, which I feel is a complete lie to get them out of there faster, but that obviously doesn't work either. Because he doesn't want him to leave.
So Rand says, "Clumsy fool, what good is he to me if he can't walk? I suppose I'd better go see how badly he's hurt himself." Is this how you think lords talk about all their servants? Like, really?
I would think so.
Jeez. Okay.
And he's trying to play the role, so Barthanas doesn't know. So I would see why he was treating him so badly.
Yeah. Well, he apparently thinks that's the way lords act, and Tom says.
Yeah.
Tom even says, "Hey, you're doing pretty good."
Yeah. And then I was like, okay. I don't remember which chapter this was in, but like when they went over the wall, I was like, oh my god, no. Something shitty's gonna happen. Oh no. With the Waygate.
Match in shitty.
Yeah, Eric Hargis giving us a glottal stop. What airwolves?
Hard glottal stop.
Hard glottal stop.
What airwolves?
It's been a interesting experience. I can tell you that much at this point.
Nice. So, all right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. We do have a hard stop near the end, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
A Time to Float has a blog post that he is documenting.
And by the way, it is not in the description.
No.
We shall
like you
remedy
said
that.
4 weeks ago. And then you're like, oh, it's in there. You told Rob to put it in there, and it's not even in there.
Oh my God.
So you've been falsely lying to me this whole time, basically.
Well, hold on. Falsely lying, that's a double negative, I guess. So,
So that means they're telling the truth?
lying.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
We will correct that. Thank you very much, Floaty. You are the best. Your insights are great. We feed them.
And then which ones are planned for next week?
We're planning the next 2 to 3 chapters. I will.
Okay.
I'll look and see.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gone that far
Let
yet.
you know, buddy.
You're the best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Floaty.
Thank you. Y'all too. Bye.
Bye. I miss him.
He called you out. Oh, he got you good.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say it's in the description. It's like no.
Yep. He knew. Yeah. He's like, bro, that's amazing.
Ryan, do we want to jump into thank you, internet?
No, let's do that after our friends leave.
Okay.
I wanted to ask our friends about the show specifically, and I wanted to talk about, first off, the things that you are hoping to be nixed out, in addition to Daes Dae'mar, because we are all in agreement that the entire thing's going to be gone, right? We're going to throw that shit in. Oh no! Right. Jen does not want the game of houses. Joe's a fan. Joe, what would you like to be nixed out?
In the entire series?
No.
Yeah. We're full spoiler again now.
The Sea Folk.
Yeah, good call.
Racist.
So no Bowl of the Winds. We don't need that.
No, I don't mind the Bowl of the Wind storyline, and I think it's a really cool storyline. I think they just need to rewrite it
or simplify it. Yeah.
Yeah, simplify. And if you could bring the Sea Folk in and just for that part, or they can be in the background. There doesn't need to be as much Sea Folk as we get in the books.
Right.
They're just annoying most of the time.
Yes. Yeah. Can you have a whole season of just trying to figure out how to communicate and barter?
You don't want to see a bunch of topless women on pirate ship?
Well, we never see we do see them once, right?
Do.
We do.
You do be making a good point, Jen.
When was it when they go to Tanchico or when they go to Ibudar?
Yeah, in Shadow Rising, you see it. That's
when they go to
right
Tanchico.
I mean, it could be a spin-off show.
I can.
You don't want tan lights in
Tanchico. Maybe all the Aes Sedai should just be topless, and that would.
No, I can see topless women anytime I want. I don't need it on my time show.
That's
the Sea Folk came about right when I started glossing over every name that came up.
So you want to hear a true story? If you read Crossroads of Twilight and skip every Sea Folk and Elaine chapter, it's a really good book.
Yes.
Really good book. It makes the Perrin parts and Fail parts look amazing.
that is a good point. The Andoran succession and all that stuff. I could barf. Andor should have Ravine. Ravine causes weirdness, zombiness in her mom for a few episodes, and then Rand fights, and that's all.
Yeah, I would even continue. I would kill more gays at that part. She actually does get killed by Ravine or somehow in there because her storyline after that is just
weird. What?
It doesn't. I don't know.
It's like a vestigial.
It
I have
doesn't
several
serve
vestigial organs right now. I'm not going to talk to you about. It's between my doctor and myself, but that storyline is totally vestigial. At some point, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, it doesn't play any part at all in anything that happens later on, really. And anything it does, you could just easily write 2 sentences and change it.
Let me propose something to you. During the battle that occurs during Winter Night, Egwin's mother dies.
No.
Why?
Well, I have always not liked that she just pops up at the stable and is like, adventure! No way are you boys going to go off and have fun and not me. I think if her mom dies in there, it adds a lot of gravity to her arc.
Choice. That's a great point, Dan.
She comes into it as more like a justice and vengeance kind of thing. And
if I could shit on your point.
Kill one
please, no, shit on it.
Go ahead, Jen, I'm sorry.
Well, shit upwards.
Because they kill one of her sisters that we don't care about.
That's true. She has 3 or 4 sisters, right? Or something like that.
Can't kill Marin.
See, that would be impactful, though, wouldn't it?
Well, if we're going to get if we're gonna get Perrin married and killing his wife, or her wife actually dying, go ahead.
Can
Jen,
I
sorry.
tell you my theory? Because I was supposed to say it on our show, and it never came up. I forgot. So here's my new theory about Layla Ibarra, because I'm reading The Shadow Rising now. So what if Perrin's married at the beginning? I don't know if he hurts her at some point. She gets like very injured during Winter Night. Okay, so Moiraine heals her, but she's still like unconscious. So Perrin decides to leave to help her because Moiraine says these monsters are going to keep coming back. So he just leaves her a note and leaves. Then when he comes back to Emond's Field, cut Fael out. No, cut her. When he comes back, listen. When he comes back to Emond's Field, she's there, and then she like takes over the Fael storyline from there on. But I was trying to figure out if it mattered that Fael was like Davram Bashir's daughter. If that, I don't know if that actually matters for anything.
I don't think it does.
No,
So
I think it
my-
does.
You think so?
well, just in that she's bred to be able to like motivate groups of people.
Yeah, but like I feel like a stubborn Two Rivers person could be like become that character.
Like if Senbui is hot,
He is hot.
he can move mountains.
That was my new idea.
I really like that idea, Jen. The idea that we
Jen,
just
Are you okay? Are you okay over there? What's going on?
yeah no.
He's so
passed
blown
out
away.
from my
I think
great idea.
Jen, you bored him to death with your
No.
theory.
He passed
No, I had to
out.
get Zen. I go prone when I think deep.
All right. Well, Village Mattress, whatever this man says goes. He says it's not going to happen because the actress playing Marin, or Marine, has already said she has a bigger role in later seasons. Which
You are correct. You are correct, Village Mattress. She said that. She did say that.
Later seasons, would that be like
What a
when Two
spoiler.
Rivers? Oh, so we're gonna get back to Two Rivers defending Two Rivers from the Trollocs, White Cloaks, the whole business.
Yeah.
Well, then I can
rolling.
definitely see then she being a part of Nynaeve's accepted test, where Nynaeve goes through and Marin is fearing for her life from the New Wisdom, who's stalking across the green, like cutting off the heads of weeds with her switch.
Yes. Yeah.
Were you surprised to not find Moiraine in Nynaeve's accepted test?
No, well, that's a good. Oh, I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah.
My guess is because
It's not a real threat.
well, no, it has to probably do something with actually something that really could happen or would happen, maybe.
Yeah.
And the fact that, spoiler alert, Maureen's not in the picture for a while.
Yeah.
Or maybe Nynaeve subconsciously doesn't really hate Moiraine.
Yeah, which is I mean, like, there's so many ways to go with that. Like, she either is obviously projecting all over Moiraine and admires her secretly, or that the risks that you have to take in that world in that accepted test are actually real risks, because in fact Moiraine would never harm Nynaeve.
Ooh, how about a plot twist where Nynaeve actually is like kind of attracted to Moiraine as well as Lan, and that's why she hates her. She's like that story you were telling about punching a girl when you were in kindergarten for the face because you liked her.
Absolutely. Exactly.
And then the three of them get together.
No, Lan falls in love. Moiraine has a feelings for Nynaeve, which is historically okay because she's been pillow friends with Swan at some point. Mm-hmm. So we're not writing a narrative on top of her character. That's amazing.
Ooh, that's a good twist. I'd like that twist. I'd buy that for $1.
Well, it's yours for 99 cents actually online. Here, let me send you the link.
Which might actually explain why Moiraine, when she finally tells Lan, that she passed her bond to someone else, she says this she thinks this. She goes, I planned what I was going to say 100 times. And then she walks in and says, I fucking passed your bond. You're fucked. Yeah. And he's
Literally.
like, what? And she's like, yep. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, you thought that's the best she could concoct after 100 of rehearsals?
Well, no, that's what she was trying to do, was to knock him off of his comfort zone. I think she was planning this. She wasn't, in retrospect, she wasn't trying to soften the blow. The whole thing was her saying, does this bond chafe? Does this thing, do you remember when we first met and I dumped water on you? Do you remember all this stuff? And he's like, yeah, why are you bringing up all this weird stuff? And then she dumps it on him. But first she says, why did you act that way with Rand? Thinking that Nynaeve had affected his behavior towards life. And that because Rand was associated with Nynaeve, that he was giving Rand special treatment and gave him this water training and told him how to act in front of the Amaranth without Moraine's consent or discussion. That's kind of what she was talking about. And I think that was the danger where he's like, Nynaeve has infiltrated his heart to the point that I don't know if he's as committed as he once was.
Yeah, that's a really good thought. I don't know.
That's what she says, but like underlying it is she might not be understanding her true motives at that moment. It might be too emotionally relevant, right? Or harmful.
Well, we are in her head, so at least that's what she believes.
Well, I guess Lan's motives we're talking about, right? Whether he's being kind and to Rand because of Nynaeve. I always took it as just like, I always call him Uncle Lan. He kind of feels he knows who Rand is, and he knows what's in store for him, and he's like, he kind of knows what it's like to be destined to die, so to speak, because and he kind of sympathizes or empathizes with Rand and wants to make sure that he's not made a fool of, and make sure that he's got somebody on his side that he can kind of count on to help him out of it.
Okay, yeah, I can rally around that too.
Brother Dan, all right, so our new friend Eric Hargis says, I thought I stopped listening to Muppets after Fraggle Rock. And
let the children play.
But
never stop
Worries come
another day, let his way. Down to Fraggle Rock.
Down to Fraggle Rock.
With Uncle Traveling Mac.
Yeah. So so it goes on, and KK comes our rescue and says, if your call Fraggle Rock was one of the best shows of all time, what case in point, which is great.
There you go.
And then he says he never watched it, which is just hurting my soul. Yeah.
Well, it's good. Jim Henson, everything he touches turns to felt.
But what bothers me is you're not understanding the difference between like high-end CGI and puppetry. Jesus, Eric, look what...
It's great, man.
We spent a lot of money to be CGI.
Right. He's new. Come on. Shh.
Well, maybe his internet's not good enough to see the resolution. We're not real.
I'm glitching.
You can see the pores in my cloth. Anyways, this has been so much fun. I want to give you time to remind everybody how to find you and how to connect with your show.
We're right here. You can see us here.
Hi, guys.
You can go down in the description, and I'm sure that they put links in there, although I don't know. According to Floaty, they don't really do that. So
no, they're all secret links back to our Patreon page.
Everything's going to this.
Thanks, guys.
The hyperlinks.
Well, then okay. So then, don't even look at us. Just go back to the LeafCast, and that's all you need. No, but really, the links are down in the show notes. So go check out it. There's a link to our podcast. You can check us out on Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff, and follow us there.
So when
we're spoiler filled, so if you haven't read the entire series, try not to listen to us.
No, and you guys monitor the news that comes out that Amazon has been a benevolent God in doling out,
benevolent giver of crumbs,
is doling out teeny tidbits.
Yeah.
And you guys give a great. You guys are on top of it, and anyone who has been following the show stuff, Talk Around Me Out is the first place you should go for real.
Yeah, if you're really interested in what's going on with the television show and all kinds of news like that.
What Dan calls show stuff.
Show stuff.
If you're interested in show stuff, it's hard to compete with John from What Up, who literally puts out videos 10 minutes after the news breaks. But But no, John's been on the show. He's great. But yeah, if you're interested in the show and talking about like castings and things like that, yeah, come check us out.
And do you have any plans for when the show starts? Is your content gonna change in any way during?
I think it's gonna have to. It's gonna have to. We're gonna definitely do like episode breakdowns, but I don't know. We gotta get talking about this.
I think we need to do a spoiler-free episode and then a spoiler episode. But I don't know how that's gonna work. But we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk that through.
Huh. Well, I'm excited for the show to come out. But take your time, Amazon. Don't do it till you're ready. In the meantime, Talking Around Riyadh is giving you all the news and clues.
And tomorrow, we're releasing a new episode, and these two lovely, handsome, gentle puppets are on the episode. So be sure to check out the episode tomorrow and see Ryan and Dan, or hear Ryan and Dan on the podcast. We had a lengthy discussion.
Unless you're a city state.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit about Wheel of Time as well.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Wheel of Time.
God, guys, thank you so much for being our new friends.
Thank you.
I'm like a bucking bronco into your show, and you guys all rode me well. Thank you.
Can I give them a little, just before we go, just a little sneak peek at what's in store tomorrow? So Ryan actually called Robert Jordan a dick, I believe, on our show. Or jerk, something to that effect.
Not a good person, I think I heard.
If you want to hear Ryan rip Robert Jordan apart for being a jerk, then you got to listen.
Is that a first on your show?
Yes,
I think so,
I'm pretty sure it's a first.
There's hot takes and then there's like lava takes.
Yeah, these are like, we might get canceled.
Oh, there go the subs. Joe, Jen, thank you very much for joining us. You guys are the best. You guys are fun.
You're the best.
Yeah.
No, you're the best.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, don't stop. Oh, don't stop.
And we got to do this again soon. You guys, I like this. Next time we'll have Tom on too, I guess.
Yeah, we can bring him on.
Did you miss him?
Yeah.
I missed him. I missed him. I missed him. He's cuddly. I like him. Thank you, guys. I know you got to go, so
have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Go gently into that good night. Follow the way, please.
Sleep well and wake.
Which means if you squash a spider tonight that's crawling on your face to get into your mouth, if you kill that spider, you're banished from the way altogether.
What's happening?
Is he drowning? Is he drowning or waiting?
This is our first physical comedy.
Avenge me, boys!
What in the world is happening?
I love it. I'm on board.
Yeah, it's avant-garde. All right. Oh, and then he's out. Oh, he fell into the ether.
That was a Viking burial right there.
Well, Jen, how are you going to top that? How are you going to leave the show?
I'll do this. I'm not good at it, but I'll try.
Look at that hair!
Holy! Wait.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
way to bury the lead, Jen?
Can our new friend stay for the next segment?
Yeah.
We have a 5-minute. Yes. All right.
I can't get out of the picture.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on.
All right, this helps. We're gonna make it big like this. It helps. All right, let's start our new segment called "Thank You, Internet." That's sweeping the nation.
Thank you, Internet.
Oh, thank you, Internet. Let's get the theme music going. I am more than happy to facilitate. All right.
Am I doing this?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
I'm happy.
All right. Let's see. We got this. All right. I'm gonna share this. All right. When you're ready, I'm ready, Ryan. All right. Here we have. Are we on?
Oh yeah, and there you go. My bad.
All right.
Here we go. Thank you.
All right. Here we have Tam's Handmark Blade. Oops. Can't make it bigger. Tam's Handmark Blade. Lan is staring at that. Rand is like, come on, bro. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
Here, we have social decorum, staring daggers at Barney Harris as he is whistling and smoking indoors. Thank you, Internet. Here we have a regular person's luck. Here we have Matt Calthan's luck. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
All right, so here we have the
Can you blow that
trackhead board. Let me see if I can.
Blow that shit up. Spread those fingers. Oh, spread it. Fingers, 2 fingers, spread. No. Oh, there we go. Yes! Dan, fucking internet guru.
All right. Randall Thor killed my mom. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Okay, but so you know, I can smell emotions, and you get horny whenever you talk about them.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet. All right, here we have Elaine looking at something shiny instead of taking her duty a daughter heir to take the throne right next to her. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
Let's see. All right, here we have a card that says, trust Rand can handle things himself regarding rulers or dealing with emissaries, or draw 25. Here we have Elaine and Lord of Chaos opting for the draw 25. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
All right, this is, that's a nice boat. What are you fishing for? Compliments. All right, thank you, Internet. Ilyena. Thank you, Internet.
No, do it for a whole minute.
No. All right, here's the options. Staying near Rand or leaving the stone. Matt is taking the off-ramp, but look, it's not going to work. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
All right. As they suddenly approach the women's apartments, Land suddenly snaps. Cat crosses the courtyard. And there's Rand. Doing some cat crosses the courtyard. This is also how he was walking in Lord Barthanes' manor.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet. This is the IO taking their 20% or 1/5 after conquering 2.
Yes! Oh, no!
There we go.
Close up, Dan. I
All
want to
right.
see that fucker's face. Yes! Thank you, Internet!
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet!
All right.
Oh, fucking amazing.
All right, let's see. Putting on a mask to go shopping? Weak, Rand. Raising your veil to dance the spears for supplies? Power, Rand.
Oh, but who gets laid more?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably weak, Rand.
The weak Rand's on the cover of every romance novel.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
Oh, what's this? Balefire. Thank you, Internet.
No, thank you, Internet.
All right. Hot take. Show watchers who join the sub are essentially Chopfile. Aw, read a book, would ya?
Oh, blow that up.
Okay.
It's way back. If you find yourself on a stage in that costume, in that posture, you're
living life. You're winning.
You're either like living your best life, or you need to seriously question what's going on. But this is Thank You, Internet. We're not going to go there.
All right. Books about a lady and her 3 dragons? Drake says no. Books about a dragon and his 3 ladies? Drake says yeah.
Chubba, chubba, wubba.
Thank you, Internet. What's this music? Is that kazoos?
No.
Nice. All right, let me blow it up.
It's just weak bassoons.
This is not good. Lou's there when he meets Ilyena on the next turning of the wheel. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Oh, marred and bloodied and dismembered.
Thank you, Internet. All right, so So people who can utilize this power are known as Chandlers, according to YouTube. There's Chandler saying, right on, my man.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Internet. That one's not that good. All right, Rand, every time he meets a woman, you know nothing, Althor. Yeah. Not nearly as much as Perrin does, apparently.
All right, so, Jen, do you think Perrin can handle 3 women like Rand, or?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
I don't, he can barely handle Fael, so.
I know,
say
right?
no.
He'd be apologizing all the time. They'd be like, God damn it.
Yeah, no. Rand doesn't really have 3 women. He has, like, 1 at a time. It's not like he's got them all at the same time.
Well, I mean, you're right.
So,
You're right, but I mean, he did light a cigar, or he did light his pipe without anything going on. We don't know what happens after he's skipping down that road. Didn't he say he's in love with everyone? Equally?
Why not? Pan Rand. All right, thank you, Internet. All right, here's Perrin's contribution to the last battle.
No.
Sleeping. Well, but he was doing
sleeping.
shit.
Okay.
But he was sleeping. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
That one's no good. Here we have the IL tent. It's much roomier than you would imagine. That's all right. Thank you, Internet. I think we're almost all right. Maureen telling him not to. Ren using Bellfire. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Internet.
Thank you,
all
Internet.
Right. Here we have the Age of Legends saying don't. Rand saying don't. Maureen saying use. Rand saying use. Cadswain saying Balefire. Rand saying Balefire. The Pattern saying don't use Balefire. Rand saying use it to destroy an Empire Palace of Fear. Joey!
Yeah.
Joey! All right.
He is the Rand.
Thank you, Internet.
Rand is
Here's the Wheel of Time versus the Wheel of Time if the Forsaken work together.
Ooh. Or if Rand can communicate.
Or if they ever communicated in the first 3 books, yes.
Yes, yeah.
All right, here's Rand. Here's Natural's Barrow. There's Grendel escaping. I think just 1 or 2 more. All right, here's literally water flowing off a cliff, and the IL. Wow. Humanity, Rand's mental health.
Why is it a Minecraft?
Minecraft is the best. Dreams would be much more fun if they were multiplayer servers that other people, sleeping people, could join. Welcome to Teleran Riyadh. Right, guys? There we go. And Grendel, whenever she finds someone pretty enough for her collection. And I took that person.
You know what? I wish I... Yeah, like that. No, that's an amazing idea. Every time I sleep, I just go into some sort of like penguin, like what was that, like when you're a kid you played that penguin game. Like everyone's just hanging out as their avatar, like we're having a good time, we do dance moves in front of each other. That sounds great.
Zootopia, what was it? What was that?
I
don't remember what it was.
Hop Tropica.
Alright, what if men are called gentlemen because they can't channel? Whoa, hot take. Thank you, Internet.
Great. Thank you, Internet. Never thought of that.
Bale marries Mullane while they're still married to Dorinda, and they're okay with it. As of the fires of heaven, Rand, interesting. Let's see. All right. Aviendia's keeping her close eye on Rand. Elaine and Mid are just thinking that's hilarious. Here's Matt Cawthon with Isle Spear Maidens. Yeah, let's play Maiden Kiss or whatever. Boom. All right, 2 more, I think. Girls, I don't understand boys. Boys, I don't understand the girls. See, now what we have here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, I like that one. The failure to communicate.
Glad and Gawain. Matt Cawthon is not impressed. Boom. All right, and Luce, Theron, and Rand hanging out. I must get out of this fucking box.
Ooh.
That's
beautiful.
I think that's it. Is that? Thank you, internet.
Thank you, internet. That's a little confusing because he should be just like in a box, like right? Wasn't he trapped in a box? Not like,
yeah,
he
but
was trapped in his like own shit and feces and like. Anyways,
they're not all. You know, they're not all gonna. I don't know.
All right. Oh man, let's bring the tavern back. I want to talk to Jen. I have an opportunity. I haven't had.
I like this. Yeah.
I know. All right, Jen.
Yes.
Do you want? No, I'm feeling it. Jen, the metamorphosis is complete. You're welcome on my show anytime. I'm feeling like you're a new fan favorite. Jen, do you want the show to be more Game of Thrones or more Hobbit and Tolkien?
Good question.
Like in terms of grittiness, in terms of the experience of watching it. Do you want?
I would say more Game of Thrones, but I don't want it to remind. It's like I want people to. I don't know. It's hard to say. I want to tell people it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but I don't want them to think about season 8 when I tell them that. I want them to give it a chance on its own merit, but I would love if it had the popularity of Game of Thrones, because I think it's as good as Game of Thrones and it has the potential to be really good, and it's something different.
Then who are we gonna watch having sex in the first season?
That's a good question again, Ryan.
What do you think?
I mean, they've been in the show. You haven't discussed this? What's wrong with you?
Season. No, we have.
I'm kidding. Just kidding.
We actually have, though. But I'm trying to remember.
You're like, what's canon? What's my answer? What's canon?
I don't know. Some people think Rand and Egwene, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Ooh.
Or like Matt and some tavern girl maybe or something on the trip.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like Matt, like there's a scene where like Rand like busts in the room and like Matt's getting ridden by a tavern girl. He's on this and he's like, we gotta go. And
we gotta go.
He throws her aside and she's like, ah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more towards the end, but I don't know if it would be. Anybody, I don't want to see Rand and Egwene. I don't think I would like that.
Do you think Moraine could be having like backstories?
Oh, like flashbacks?
With Swan?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that either. Like about them having been more than pillow friends.
Right? Okay, yeah. So what is
I don't know. It's such a hard topic.
But
it's like a personal thing what you read into it.
Right, that would be very gratuitous unless it is integral to the plot.
I felt well, I mean, you could see it though. You could see it in their first interactions though.
Yeah,
in hindsight, it's crazy. In hindsight, she even says we've been in the closet too long, or we've been like something like that, right?
She
like
does?
she literally said, she says something like that.
I don't know.
We've been closeted too long when they were first talking about Rand.
Yes. Yeah, we've been closeted too long.
Because Maureen says that because Swan's like, oh, let me get some cheese and wine, and we're gonna get this plan. She's like, no, it'll be suspicious. We've been closeted too long. I'll talk to you tomorrow or something.
Yeah, right. So
she means like they've been talking for too long, though. Right?
Right. Words matter.
I mean,
it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me if they did that in the show. I just don't really know if it's in the book, but it's fine with me if they put it in. If they make that a story,
I would love if they had a relationship where when the door closed, they like truly embraced. We're like, God, Maureen, you've been gone a long, long time. What's going on, baby?
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. I kind of would dig that.
Have some honey cakes. It's like the entire book is she's just like existentially beautiful. Everyone is commenting on how beautiful she is, and she just like that's their whole thing. Like she's chaste, and I can imagine that does render her character a little bit. I don't know if that actually adds, because she truly is one of the most battle-hardened badasses in the history of all badasses, and she's been training and sculpting her mind and body and skills to do what she needs to do, face what she needs to face, and so I can see something like that. Well, but it's a backstory. If it's anyways,
no, that's what I'm saying. So when we first meet them, when they're together,
she's younger, I can see it.
No. I'm saying when they're first in the room together after all that time, when she brings Rand, when Swan shows up, that first meeting with them can be. I'm not saying super physically intimate, but yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm not saying they fuck, but I'm saying that they at least embrace and be like, God, I missed you, kind of shit.
I believe that happens though, right? In the books too. I felt like there's a lot of tenderness.
Yeah.
Man.
What?
I think there's tenderness in regards to an Amyrlin seat to any Joe Schmo Aes Sedai. Yeah, that's a really tender exchange as far as her talking to her, but I don't see that sort of background projected as well as it can be if that's what we are going to do.
All right. Farstrider is saying Lana naive.
I don't know. Alana, yeah, that one definitely. I forgot about that.
That
could be like a whole group thing.
You imagine later on, Elaine's walking and she just stops and she's like, and they're like, "What's wrong, Elaine?" She's like, Rand's fucking min right now. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just, give me a minute. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's go.
Yeah. One-headed quitter.
She's like, oh God, my knees are kind of weak right now. Hold on.
All right. Scott believes it's going to be sex. It's going to draw viewers in the show. I kind of believe that there will be two. Whether or not I'm agreeing with it, whether or not it's good, tastefully done. I hope it's all tastefully done. But I do hope that there's a grittiness, a realism to it. I do hope that when they show the Two Rivers, it's like a hovel type broken down place with dirty faced people, and I really hope they kind of really show how brutal Two Rivers is, and not hold back. I'm fearing Two Rivers is going to be some jolly place where it's
I don't think they're going to be dirty though.
They are dirty AF.
Why?
I mean, okay, so they're insanely backward. Okay, so I think of them as Appalachian, like a rural Appalachian town, and I don't have plumbing. I think they all kind of dress in burlap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they look obviously they're more poor than the places that they go to, but I don't think they have to be have dirty faces.
Why not?
Ewan Fingar, when he runs out, I'm sure he's got a smudge of soot on his face somewhere.
All right, $100.
Something of Harry Potter. You've got dirt on your nose.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, do you think we'll see Ewan Fingar? Do you guys have bets? Do you guys ever bet do you think it's gonna happen? And then you guys all bet.
Real
money.
We said we were gonna see whose episode breakdowns came closest, but we didn't actually put any money on it yet.
But, day ain't over. No.
Well, Dana, you're right, but we've all known this. That's what this show's all about. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, Dana, what are you new? Ryan's been deluded from the get-go.
It's all good. No, I'm
from the jump.
I'm teeing up our guests, and they can just whack my face with a bat.
I don't know how much longer this puppet could be with us.
Yeah.
This is incredibly hard, guys.
I know, it's a skill, right?
I wasn't prepared. And now...
You got sticks and everything.
I have a chainsaw.
Whoa!
Yeah!
Oh, gee.
Okay,
you win.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
I like the cackle.
All right, Jen. Do we have a name for our new friend?
Well, this is Ash.
Ash. All right,
Nice.
so and we'll develop Ash's backstory.
Okay.
Ash, you're welcome. Well, you're welcome to come back anytime, Ash. Please
Thank
show your weapon again.
Oh, it's attached to the hand.
Yeah,
That is not.
This is
Oh,
an
man.
actual character. Do you guys know who this is? Who I am?
Nah, yeah.
We won't let you know.
We grew up on farms.
Okay. Do you want me
Yeah.
to tell you?
I had dirty face and dirty feet all day.
I just really hope like the two reverses was my life.
Yeah, tell me. Hold on. I'm going to guess that you. All right. So you have a chainsaw attached to your arm,
Yes.
which either you're a lumberjack, but by those clothes, I'm going to say it's not a lumberjack. I'm going to say that you battle zombies in some capacity.
I do. They're very
See.
good.
Okay.
So I'm from the Evil Dead franchise.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
kill monsters and things, and I eventually get a chainsaw fused to my arm.
And the voice is very similar to that, correct?
Absolutely, yeah, it sounds exactly
it's
like me.
perfect. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm going to kill you.
Get over here, zombies!
Get away from me.
All right, well
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
let's start with the car again and
Let's
say
start
goodbye
the
to
car.
Jen.
Goodbye.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck with the show. I hope our next tomorrow's episode is the most listened to episode in the history of all podcasts, really.
Great.
Yeah, all
Let's
podcasts.
take on Mark Maron with
I
this
hope we
one.
go viral with Ryan's hate on Robert Jordan.
Right. We might.
Lava takes.
Lava takes. Burns your hand right off.
All right. Do you have anything to say, promote, what have you, before we kick you out?
No, I'm good. Kick me out. I'm good. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Jen of the Tired Arm Shido.
Yeah.
We'll see you later, Ash. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ryan. You did a good job.
No,
good show, brother.
no, Brother Dan, we're going to say goodbye to Jen, and
Oh, okay.
we have
Bye,
one
Jen.
more thing we need to do. We have an ad read.
Oh, okay.
This is very, 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 very important.
Okay.
All right, we're going to say, let's talk about sleep.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Right. There's so much that we have to. Woo, that's a little coming in hot, that music. All right, as I'm looking for my script. All right. All right, so we are proud to announce to the Wheel of Time community that you no longer have to suffer from a restless night of sleep in your life again. You remember back in the day when you were reading the Wheel of Time for the first time and you lost tons and tons of sleep? You told yourself it was because the books were so great, but it was actually your mattress and beddings. You ever think about that?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, think about it. How dirty were your pillows back then? Guys, our friend and Village Mattress wants to help all the Wheel Timers get the best night's sleep. And he is offering viewers of our show and fans across the Wheel of Time community an exclusive deal. He is offering 30 to 50% off your entire order of what is called Maloof products. And let me tell you, Maloof is the highest end shit you can find. Oh my God. Anyway, so you want to talk about luxury? Some conditions may apply, as certain retailers don't allow him to give the discounts he would like to give you. But for the most part, if you work with him, he will find you the best price. We're talking 30 to 50% off.
Yeah, seriously, that is no joke, guys. 30 to 50% off it's at least worth your while to check it out. I mean, give the guy a call. He's a part of our community. He's been a generous part of all of our charity streams that we've been involved in. So it's worth it to you. It's worth it to sustain and support the community as well as a family-owned business. Who doesn't want to do that, right? Make an impact, would you?
Make a goddamn impact.
Make a goddamn impact.
If your jaw is dropping, you either have a serious condition or you know what a great deal is. 30 to 50% off. Like, we are talking investments up to thousands of dollars. 50% off is half of that.
It's so much. It adds up. Yeah. He'll work with you on shipping. He's going to do what he can. And he's the kind of guy who says, okay, you like this? This one over here is similar, but we'll save you a little bit of money. Yeah, he's that kind of guy. He's not going to rip you off.
Yeah. So, you can email him, right, at villagemattress@gmail.com. and you start up a conversation with him. You might end up on the phone with him. He'll start talking about your love life. He'll talk to you about your family. He'll be like, "Are you a side sleeper? Are you an upside down sleeper? Do you have do you wear leather to bed? Are you nude?" Like, it's crazy the amount of information you have to give him. I was a little uncomfortable, but in the end, he got me the greatest products I've ever had in my life. I sleep better than ever, and let me tell you, if you want to have a better life, up your sheet game. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. 8 hours out of 24 hours a day, we stay in this bed. So up your game. Make it so that you really look forward to going to bed. You can do that. You can have that. Bedding matters.
Yeah.
Seriously, it makes your life so much better.
Yeah. Bedding matters. So Village Mattress. Details will be in the description of this video. If I haven't, then Floaty will tell me next week. You mentioned this show.
You lied to me, Ryan.
No, I'm not. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can.
Liar!
Liar! Liar! You're said to blame. Which means to bluff. All right. Yes. Again, like, nothing's gonna help our show more. If you've ever wanted to support the Way of the Leaf, you will go to Village Mattress, and it's gonna be a 3-for-1. You're gonna get it'll be like joining a throuple, right? You're gonna benefit Village. You'll benefit the Way of the Leaf. You'll benefit your life and all the people you encounter. It's gonna, it's like a ripple effect across humanity. As our listeners and viewers are dropping, I will say adieu.
Bye.
F you.
No, don't say that.
I'm just kidding. All right. Just incredible, though. I'm done. We're going to stop bloviating. We're going to make a little more snappier ads than this. We don't need to be doing maybe 10 minutes on this, but we will.
I don't know. This is just how passionate we feel about betting suddenly, Ryan.
Not suddenly.
I know. No, I love my bed. I love going to bed. I love, my blankets say, "Hello, Brother Dan." I go, "Hello, handsomes."
This is LeafCast canon that I have lounging by myself on the most luxurious bedding I've ever owned. I claim I'm getting all sorts of action, but look at that. That's
the loneliest picture I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'd be like, I was like, oh man, it's on my Tinder. It's like, no one's swiping right. I gotta get a better shot. This is so forlorn and sad. All right, I fucked the ad up.
All right, no, we're good. We're getting there. Hey guys, we're getting there. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm gonna leave. I'll let Ryan take over.
All right, absolutely. We love you.